art and culture seems to be a very boring subject for many, right? People generally tend to ignore. But there are 141 questions that have been asked till date. So many questions have already been asked under this micro theme, which makes it the most important micro theme. First statement: caves of Badami are the oldest surviving rock cut caves in India. Barabar rock cut caves are originally made for ajivikas by the Emperor Chandragupta Maurya. At Ellora, caves were made for different faiths. Okay, this particular question is very rich. It has covered multiple micro themes actually. Ashoka's inscriptions are very important. I need to go and read about everything. Hinayana sect of Buddhism, Mahayana sect of Buddhism, all this becomes important. Okay, what are the different kinds of bodhisattvas? Okay, is there any special bodhisattva? So work, authors, scholars, which dynasty did they belong to, which time period did they belong to, all this becomes important theme. Now, art and culture is an important subject which people generally ignore because art and culture seems to be a very boring subject for many, right? People generally tend to ignore, but there are 141 questions that have been asked till date. Okay, so how to make art and culture a little more interesting and little more, how to increase the ROI, return on investment, how to do that. Now, looking at this graph, now I know that Buddhism and Jainism is a very important micro theme. Second important micro theme is paintings, dance, music, festivals. Next is architecture, and then I have literature, then historical terms. So now, if I have to put in my efforts to study art and culture, I will not sit with the entire standard book and go cover to cover. What I will be doing is I will be just focusing on these many micro themes that has been repeated over the time. Okay, over the years. So now I know that Buddhism and Jainism, architecture, these are very important themes. Now let's look at the architecture and sculpture as a micro theme. What are the kind of questions that have been asked and what can you deduce from these questions? Now, so micro theme is architecture and sculpture. Now, let's go to the first question. The Nagara, Dravida and Vesara are what? This is the question. 4 options have been given, right? Now, I know that Nagara, Dravida and Vesara are main styles of Indian temple architecture. Right? So my level 1 is identifying the sub-theme of the micro-theme, which is the temple architecture. I've analyzed temple architecture. It has not been directly given in the syllabus, but now when I looked at the PYQ, I identified that temple architecture is an important theme according to UPSC. Identified level 2, different types of temple architecture. Now, Nagara, Dravida, Vesara. Now in this particular question only, they have mentioned these styles. In the next year or the coming years, there could be a probable question on Nagara style alone, or the features of Nagara style, or Dravida style, or Vesara style, right? So I need to go in depth now. I need to go to my standard book. I need to read in detail about the Nagara style, the Dravida style, and the Vesara style. What are the features? What are the important things? Who was the king who patronized these styles? Okay, what was the origin? How was the evolution? These are the things that I need to keep in mind. I need to go to the examples. Where is the location? Okay, so these things I need to cover now. This is my level 2 after identifying the type of temple architecture. Now, what is my level 3? My level 3 is the other 3 wrong options. Now, just look at the 4th option. 3 main musical gharanas prevalent in India. Can UPSC ask in the next year that what are the kind of musical gharanas, or identify the musical gharanas in the following options? This could be a question, or it could go a level deeper and ask some features of the musical gharanas. Right? This could be a question. So I need to go and study this particular topic as well. Now look at the B option. Linguistic divisions. This is again an important theme here, which I need to cover. Languages of India, classical languages. This year, classical language is important, right? It's in the current affairs. So probable question in the 2025 could be about classical languages. So I need to cover this as well, right? What are the racial groups? So out of these 3 options, now I have the 3 important micro theme that needs to be covered, right? This is how you do PYQ analysis. Now let's go to the second PYQ. With reference to the history of Indian rock cut architecture, consider the following statements. First statement: caves of Badami are the oldest surviving rock cut caves in India. Barabar rock cut caves are originally made for ajivikas by the Emperor Chandragupta Maurya. At Ellora, caves were made for different faiths. Now I can see a lot of important keywords here, like Badami, okay, rock cut caves, Okay, Barabar Caves, Ajivikas, Emperor Chandragupta Maurya, Ellora. I need to go to my book, read about each and every keyword that has been mentioned in this particular question. Okay, this particular question is very rich. It has covered multiple micro themes actually. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do the second question. Now coming to the third question. Here I can see famous work of sculpture and the site, right? The grand image of Buddha's Mahaparinirvana with numerous celestial musicians. So they have actually given the sculpture and they have given where is it located. So Ajanta. Ajanta again have to go. Now you can see in 2021, I suppose, there was a question about Ajanta asking that the river that flows, through Ajanta or where is it located? But the river Vagora, which is located. That was the question. So now, after seeing this particular keyword here, Ajanta, if I would have gone and actually researched about Ajanta, I could have answered 2021 question, right? Again, the same goes with the second, Varaha Avatara, then Mount Abu, Arjuna's penance or the descent of Ganga, okay, Mahabalipuram or Mamalapuram. So now I know the kind of questions also they are asking. Now I know that when I'm reading NCERT or when I'm reading a standard book on art and culture, I know if I'm reading a sculpture, I need to also know the location of the sculpture. I must also know the features of the sculpture because that is the kind of question that UPSC has asked. Right? Again, similarly, you can see below famous shrine and location. So such kind of questions are repeatedly asked. So I need to know such kind of info. I need to have such kind of information in the first place. Right? Now, some Buddhist rock cut caves called as Chaityas and Viharas. Now, Vihara and Chaitya, they have asked these questions. Now, I need to go in detail, to go and read in detail about these two important sculptures or architecture, right? Now, look at the 2014 question. With reference to the cultural history of India, the term Panchayatan refers to. Now, in the before slide, I have just shown you the sub theme, that is the micro theme, temple architecture. Now, after looking at 2012 question of this particular question, and I went to my standard book and I've read about it, I could have easily answered the question that had come in 2014. Because Panchayatan style is a style of temple construction. So you can see the repeated themes, right? Now I have read this. Now I'll go to the other three wrong options as well. Is there any administrative functionary? Is there any name, ancient name for administrative functionary? Or is there any, what are the kind of religious sects? What is assembly of village elders called as? So these are things that I'm going to research apart from the Panchayatan style or the temple's construction style. Right? Next. With reference to Buddhist history, tradition, culture in India, consider the following pairs. Now, again, you can see the similar kind of question that has asked. Famous shrine and the location, right? Then here, Ibadat Khana at Fatehpur Sikri is what? Okay, so these are the options. Now, there is one right option. You need to also research about the other three wrong options because that could be question in the future. Right? Now look at the 2015 question. With reference to the art and archaeological history of India, which one among the following was made earliest? Now I need to know the chronological order as well of the sculptures and the architecture of India. Right? Which one was made first? Which one was made the latest? I need to know the empire under which, I need to know the era under which that particular sculpture was made. Right? So that is, now look at the B option, rock cut elephant at Dhauli. This has been a repeated question in the future as well. Like in the, I think 2022 or 2023, this was a question. Right? Rock cut monuments of Mahabalipuram. You just saw the, descent of Ganges or Ganga. That was in Mahabalipuram. Right? So this becomes very important. What is the common to the two historical places, Ajanta and Mahabalipuram? Now, Mahabalipuram, again, you can see 2014, 2015, it was asked. Okay. Before as well, we could see a question from Mahabalipuram, that is this descent of Ganga, sculpture on the surface of huge boulders, that is Mamalapuram, same as Mahabalipuram, right? So 3 times I can see Mahabalipuram. So my common sense says that if it has been mentioned in a question, it is an important keyword. I'll go to my standard books and read in detail about Mahabalipuram and the sculptures located in Mahabalipuram. Okay, which era was it built? Which time period it was built? Who was the ruling, dynasty during that period? All this information I have. Okay, so Ajanta and Mahabalipuram comparison, similarities. That is what is being asked here. So when I read about Ajanta, when I read about Ellora, when I read about Mahabalipuram, now I know that I need to also try to draw some connection between these three. Or similarly, I'm just giving an example. Similarly, I need to keep drawing connections. Okay, I need to have a broader picture in my mind because that's a kind of question that has been asked. Okay, now which of the following is or are famous for sun temples? Now I know sun temples are important. Okay, so this is another important. I'll now go and read about sun temples. I'll go and read what are the different types of sun temples in India. Where is it located? Okay, that could be a probable question, right? Now, if there is any wrong option in this particular, okay, in this three particular options, now what is that? Now, one of them is not a sun temple. Then what is it? What kind of temple is it? I'll go and read about that as well, right? Next, with reference to cultural history of India, consider the following statements. White marble. See, now again, I'm just showing you one micro theme, that is architecture and sculpture. We have not moved on to any other micro theme. So many questions have already been asked under this micro theme, which makes it the most important micro theme, right? With reference to the cultural history, white marble was used in making of Buland Darwaza and Kanka of Fatehpur Sikri. Second is red sandstone. So I need to know the material of architecture during the ancient and the medieval period, right? That is an important theme which I can take out from this particular question, right? Which one of the following statement is correct? Ajanta caves. Again, I just showed you that, Ajanta caves have already been asked. 2021 question was, it lie on the gorge of Waghora River. This was the right option, right? Sanchi Stupa, Chambal River. So all these things I need to know. Pandulena Cave or Amravati Stupa. I need to go and read about these wrong options as well, right? In which of the following relief sculpture inscription is Rania Ashoka? The Ashoka is a very important micro theme of art and culture. I need to go and read in detail about all the important sculptures during his era, right? So I need to go and read about the sculptures, inscriptions. Ashoka's inscriptions are very important. I need to go and read about everyone, everything, right? With reference to Chaucer Yogini Temple situated. So this is again a type of architecture and sculpture. Now they've asked. This was a different one. Okay. Now again the options, the kind of options like only circular temple built in India. This alone is enough to remove the options and come to the right option. But again, a kind of architecture and sculpture question. Now moving on to 2021, historical place and well known for. So this kind of questions, especially in art and culture, is a very repeated format of framing of question, right? So I need to have this kind of an idea while studying. I need to have this kind of framework while going through the chapters, right? Now, another important micro theme is literature and language. Here now I know classical languages have been asked. Now, classical languages is in news, right? 2025, there is a very high chance of this particular question getting repeated or a similar kind of question getting being asked, right? So this is an important one. Second, again, language status, classical language, 2 times it has been asked, 2014, 2015. So it's a repeated one, right? Which one of the following books of ancient India has a love story of the sun? So again, kind of stories, works, literatures, who wrote it, what was the theme of it, everything becomes important. Now, one of them is the correct option, which is B, right? But other three options and their authors, their theme, which dynasty, which time period, everything becomes important. Okay, who wrote Meghdutta, who wrote Ratnavali, who wrote Sapnavasava all this becomes very important. So I need to go and read about him. Read about it. Now, 2020 question. With reference to the scholars of ancient India, consider the following statement. Panini, associated with Pushyamitra. So here what comes to my mind is that now when I go and study about a particular king, a particular dynasty, I need to also look at the kind of people who were there in the court, like who were the authors present, who were the painters present, who were the important personalities who were present in that particular kings in that particular dynasty, right? So because they have asked the connection, who was present or who was associated with a particular king, right? Which scholar, like Panini, Amara Simha, or Kalidasa. So I need to know that kind of linkage as well. Okay. Now, if just go through these questions and you will know that. So here again, Kautilya's Arthashastra has been asked, right? You need to have a basic idea about what Arthashastra talks about. Now, again, here the historical person and what was he known for? Like Aryadeva, was he a Jaina scholar, or Dignaga, was he a Buddhist scholar? So you need to know about that as well, right? So work, authors, scholars, which dynasty did they belong to, which time period did they belong to? All this becomes important theme in literature and language, right? Again, Buddhism and Jainism, very, very important theme, right? Lord Buddha's image, which was Bhumi Sparsha Mudra. What does it actually mean? So one of them is the right option. Now there will be wrong options as well. Now you need to go and check out, is there any sculpture which actually, gives out something like that? Like, is there any sculpture which has this particular mudra or a particular description of that sculpture, right? Then going to nirvana. What is nirvana in Buddhism? Is there anything similar in Jainism as well? You need to go and check out that as well, right? Which of the following kingdoms were associated with life of Buddha? I think this has been a repeated question. Two times this particular question was asked, like 2014 and 2015, right? Same exact question without any change, right? So you need to know where all did Buddha visit. Then next is again Bodhisattva. That concept becomes important. Hinayana sect of Buddhism, Mahayana sect of Buddhism, all this becomes important. Okay, what are the different kinds of bodhisattvas? Okay, is there any special bodhisattva? Okay, then with reference to religious history of India, these kind of sect has been asked. Sect of Jainism, sect of Buddhism is important. After looking at this PYQ, I have understood that, right? Then with reference to Indian history, who among the following is a future Buddha? Okay. Again, these are the bodhisattvas. Now, if I would have gone through the 2016 question, if I would have went back home, researched about it, went in detail about it. So these are the options. What are these options? These are bodhisattvas, types of bodhisattvas, right? So if I would have researched well in 2016, I could have easily answered 2018 question, right? Then 2019, again, question on Buddha, bodhisattvas and all. Here again, the sect, right? Sect was already asked, which was in 2017, and a similar kind of question that came in 2020. And you can see the third option, the deification of Buddha by Mahasangikas fostered the Mahayana Buddhism. Again, the similar kind of questions, the deification of Buddha, asked in 2019. Repeated question, repeated theme, right? Lokottara Vadin sect, again, a sect of Buddhism or not, that's a question that was asked, right? So you can see the kind of questions, how to prepare them. This was about art and culture.